start in ragdoll pose. So bring your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Make sure all 10 toes face forward. And then you can bend your knees a little bit or a lot. You can swan dive down or just roll your way down. So ragdoll pose. Grab hold of opposite elbows. And again, bend your knees a little or a lot. And think of lifting your sit bones straight up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky. Let your head be heavy, let your neck relax completely. And then take just a moment and whatever would feel good. So maybe a little swaying from side to side, maybe a little bobbing up and down. See if you can really soften all the muscles in your face, and your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. And then start with 3 great big huge deep breaths. So next time you breathe in, fill up as big as you can. Think of breathing into your back body and all the way down the backs of your legs. And then exhale, big open mouth sigh, let it go. And again, just like that, inhale, fill up. Hold in that fullness, see if you can sip in a little more. Exhale, big open mouth sigh, release. And then one more time, biggest inhale you've taken all day long. Hold in fullness, expand, inflate, take up space. Exhale, side out, let it go. Good job. And then just start to find your Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose, gentle constriction in the back of your throat. And especially in this position, see if you can really start to hear your breath as it moves through you. So start to just kind of find your own rhythm. And with your next inhale, come to a halfway lift position. So crown of your head reaches forward, tops of your thighs press back, sit bones broaden. Stay here for just a moment and see if you can find more length in your spine from the crown of your head back to your sit bones. Think of broadening your sit bones as you press the tops of your thighs back, and even think of trying to lift your sit bones towards the sky. So see if you can create a line of tension down the backs of your legs. Weight just slightly forward in your feet. Take one more full round. And then end of your exhalation, release, forward fold. Let your head and your arms hang heavy and slowly roll one vertebra at a time all the way up to stand. So go as slow as you can. And then at the very, very top, your neck and your head stack. Take a moment and just roll out your shoulders. So up, back, and down a few times. See if you can keep every other part of your body really still as you move through your shoulder sockets. And then eventually, roll your shoulders back and down, either palms face open or bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes and just stand for a moment really tall, really proud, really well, and just simply feel your breath moving through your body. If there is an intention that you would like to set for your practice, take just a couple moments to complete your thoughts. It can be a word, a sentence, an idea, a mantra, just whatever resonates for you, whatever makes sense to you. And next time you inhale, think of breathing in that intention, filling up your entire body with it. Hold. Seal it in. And big, huge sigh out your mouth, let it go. Think of sending it out into the universe. Back to your Ujjayi breath. Inhale, arms to the sky, stretch tall. Exhale, lead with your heart. Take a slow swan dive down. Traction out your spine as you dive. Take your time. With your inhalation, halfway lift. So spine long, back of your neck long. Exhale, bow, fold in. Root through your feet and reverse swan dive to stand. So lead with your heart. Bend your knees if you feel it in your low back. Inhale, arms to the sky, stretch tall. And exhale, hands to heart center. Again, just like that with your breath. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, swan dive down. Think of lifting your sit bones towards the sky as you dive. Weight slightly forward. With your inhalation, spine long, back of your neck long, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Root through your feet, engage through your core, reverse swan dive to stand. Inhale, arms reach. And exhale, hands to heart. All right, inhale, take your arms to the sky. Grab your left wrist with your right hand and gently pull your left arm up and then over to the right. See if you can bring a little more weight into your left foot and shift your hips over to the left. Think of pulling your left shoulder blade back and down. So plug the shoulder into the socket, and then with your right arm, literally gently tug, gently pull. See if you can breathe more space into your left side body, into your left ribs. Take one more full breath. Inhale, come back through center, switch your grip. So grab your right wrist, face your right palm to the left side of the room, pull up and then over to the left as you send your hips to the right. Bring more weight into your right foot and see if you can lean a little bit further as you breathe down your right side body. Pull your right shoulder blade, think of the bottom tip, pull it back and down. Take 2 more big breaths and see if you can create a little more length, a little more space. Next time you inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hands behind your back and interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine, and if it's available to you, press your palms together like your hands are suction cupped. Now imagine your elbows are magnetized. Squeeze them towards each other and try to point the tips of your elbows straight back behind you. Keep that, and if you can, start to lift your hands away from your body. So back towards the back of your mat. If you want even more, lift your heart up towards the sky and reach your knuckles down towards the ground. Keep a tone through your low abdominals and hug in with your inner thighs. Take one more in-breath. Exhale, hands stay clasped. Slowly dive down, forward fold. With your fingers interlaced, inhale to your halfway lift. So really squeeze your back muscles towards your spine and lift through your sit bones, broaden them. Exhale, fold. Take about 2 more rounds with your hands clasped if you can. So try to relax your neck, let your head hang. Maybe a little shake, yes or no. See if you can lift your knuckles even higher towards the ceiling or towards the sky. Take 1 more big in-breath. Exhale, hands to your low back, gently release your clasp. Let your arms dangle for a moment, maybe give them a nice little shake out. Kind of feel the blood rush back through them. And then when you're ready, plant your hands and step back to plank. So top of a push-up. You're welcome to come to your knees if you'd like. Take a big inhale at the top and rock forward just ever so slightly so you're on your tippy toes. Exhale, lower halfway down. Strong arms, strong belly, even strong legs. Inhale, press back up. Do that one more time. Exhale, halfway down. Try not to let your shoulders roll forward. Shoulder blades hug your spine. Inhale, press up. And then exhale, slow as you can go all the way down to your belly. Spider-Man Cobra. So bring your hands out wide so they're framing your yoga mat. Lift to your fingertips. Elbows face the sky. If Trista is on this video, I learned this from her. So lift your chest up, tone your low belly, take a big inhale, and with your exhale, dip your left shoulder down and gaze over to the right. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, gaze to the left and dip your right shoulder down. Go once more to each side. Make it feel good. Move with your breath. So feel that mobility through your shoulder girdle, through your low, mid, and upper back. And inhale will eventually bring you back to center. Lift your heart. Exhale, release. And however you'd like to get there, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. So if you want to move through a couple rounds of cat-cows or take child's pose for just a moment, you're welcome to. If you want to move through a regular vinyasa, go for it. We'll see you back in down dog. And once you're in your down dog, we'll have a few breaths to just explore this pose. So So rather than worrying so much about getting your legs straight or your heels flat on the ground in your dog pose, think more of the length in your spine. So really press your fingertips down and even slightly forward as long as your mat's not too slippery. And think of lifting your sit bones up, up, up. Imagine there is a string attached to your belly button and it's pulling straight up towards the sky. So see if you can find that little lift coming right from your center. And then big expansive inhales that make you feel lighter. Long, strong exhales that connect you with your intrinsic strength. So really use your breath as a tool. Use your breath to your advantage. Take one more big inhalation. Exhale, gaze forward, empty out first, step, tiptoe, or hop top of your mat, forward fold. Once you've arrived, inhale to your halfway lift. So how much length can you create from the top of your head back to your hips? Exhale, bow, refold. From the press of your feet, reverse swan dive to stand. So press up, press down, and rise up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, inhale, take your arms to the sky. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Exhale, up and over. Side body stretch, reach as far as you can, empty all the way out. Inhale, come back through center. Switch your grip, grab your right wrist. Exhale, up and over to the left, hips move to the right. Inhale, back to center. This time, exhale, cactus your arms. Don't go into a back bend just yet. So check in with your belly. Make sure your hips aren't coming forward, your pelvis is neutral, and your low belly is toned. Your belly button draws in and up. Keep that. Now think of just pressing your arms back and your chest forward. Squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades toward your spine. Start to lift your chest up towards your chin, and then take your throat back. Imagine you're trying to push the bottom tips of your shoulder blades all the way through to the front of your heart. Hug in with your inner thighs like you're squeezing a block. Take one more full round. Inhale, back to center, arms to the sky. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. So hinge forward, reach back. Option to float to your tiptoes if you want a balance challenge. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine. You don't interlace your fingers, but you want to get into that position where it would be really, really easy to interlace if you could, if you wanted to go there. So take a couple more breaths in your fullest expression. See if you can find more strength in your back body. Maybe lift your heels higher if you're working with your balance. Next time you inhale, high mountain. So maybe he'll stay lifted, reach all the way up. Maybe he'll stay lifted, slow swan dive down, forward fold. It's helpful if you bend your knees if you're trying to balance. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Take your vinyasa however you want. You can add a couple push-ups. You can take it on your knees. Maybe you substitute some cat-cows. We'll see you back in down dog. All right, find your breath. If you've lost it, fire it up again. Next time you breathe in, take your right leg to the sky. So for this one, hips are square, inner thighs face each other. And see if you can really find just length and strength in your right leg. So I don't care how high it goes, but make it really straight, really strong, really powerful. Active through your right foot. And then as you reach up with your right leg, see if you can hug in with your left inner thigh and lift your left sit bone a little bit higher. Press your hands forward and down, lengthen the space underneath your armpits even more. Take one more big inhalation. Exhale, right knee to your nose, so curl in, hollow out your belly. Stay here as you breathe in, press the earth away. See if you can round through your mid-back. Exhale, softly step your right foot through. And take about 2 or 3 breaths to find your way to crescent lunge. So if you want to stretch in your front leg a little bit, maybe straighten it out or open your hip, just move around a little bit. And then eventually, we'll all meet in our crescent lunge or high lunge, no rush. So as you move into your lunge position, Make sure your front knee is directly over your front ankle. Your hips are square. Your back leg is straight, strong, and powerful. So think of taking your back inner thigh and rotating it in and up towards the ceiling. And you should feel that stabilize your legs even more. Tone through your low belly, lift through your chest, and then reach through your fingertips like you're trying to touch the sky, like there's energy shooting out of them. Take one more big inhale. As you exhale, airplane lunge. So hinge forward and reach back. Think of a long diagonal line from the crown of your head back to your heel. And again, get your pinky fingers as close as you can. So if you wanted to, you could interlace really easily. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine. Find a little bit of a lift in your chest like you're doing a baby cobra. Take one more full round. Now listen carefully. Inhale, rise back up through your upper body, reach up, root into your front foot, standing staff pose, top of your mat. So left knee floats up. You're standing tall and proud, hugging with your inner thighs, tone your low belly, flex your left toes. Take one more big in-breath. Exhale, figure four. So outer left ankle, top of your right thigh. Sit back into a one-legged chair. Weight in your right heel. Reach both sit bones way back, and then keep your chest lifted. Take about 3 rounds of breath wherever you want to go. So I just said keep your chest lifted, but if you want to, you're welcome to work with a forward fold. You could take airplane variation, hinge forward, reach back. You could stay right where you're at and simply breathe. Visualize your breath moving down into your outer left hip. If you do happen to be folded forward, slowly start to find your way back up, right? Next time you inhale, back to standing staff, arms to the sky. Option to extend your left leg forward. So straighten your leg as much as you can without leaning back. Low abdominals draw in. Take one more big in-breath. Reach higher, lift higher. Exhale, set your left foot down and follow your breath down, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step or light hop back, move through your vinyasa however you want to take it. So no judgment. I can't even see what you're doing, so do what works best for you. And then we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Find your breath if you've lost it. All right, with your next inhalation, take your left leg to the sky. So again, inner thighs face each other and hips stay square. So rather than worrying about getting your left leg super, super high, just think straight, strong, and powerful. Press up and back with your left foot. Press forward and down through your fingertips. See if you can find more length underneath your armpits and in your side bodies. Lift your right sit bone higher. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, left knee to your nose. So curl in round, draw your belly button in and up. Stay here as you breathe in. Press the earth away, high on the ball of your back foot. Exhale, softly step your left foot through. Take about 2 or 3 breaths to meet up in crescent lunge. So just for a moment, whatever feels good to you. I think all of you guys already know this, but especially since you're practicing from home, do what works for you. If you need to take a break at any time, if you want to do your own thing at any time, that is always up to you. Rise up when you're ready and settle in. So legs really strong, both hips face directly forward. Think of driving your feet down into the ground and then energetically pull your front heel back and your back toes forward. Low abdominals are toned. When I say toned, I don't mean you're squeezing your abs, I just mean you're not letting go. So there's a little tone through your low abdominals and it's supporting your low back. Lift through your heart, reach through your fingers, maybe you gaze just slightly up. One more in-breath. Exhale, airplane lunge, so hinge forward and reach back. Think of that long, strong line of energy from the top of your head back to your heel. Shoulder blades squeeze your spine, and imagine you're trying to touch your pinky fingers together. So little tiny lift through your heart, not by cranking your neck up, but by actually using the mobility in your mid and your upper back. Take one more full round of breath, big, huge breath. With your inhale, start to lift your upper body and reach your arms to the sky. Root into your left foot, standing staff. So right knee lifts, right foot active. Find your balance. Find something in front of you to focus your gaze on. One more inhale, see if you can reach a little bit higher. Lengthen your side bodies more. Exhale, figure 4. So outer right ankle, top of your left thigh, hands to your heart. Bend your standing leg and reach your butt back. Slow, deep breaths. About 3 or 4 rounds. You can explore, go wherever you want to go, or just be here. And if you're falling in and out of the pose today, that's perfectly fine. That's your practice. Meet yourself where you're at. Breathe through it. Maybe come back to your intention. So I always like to think of how can I embody my intention, my own intention in my practice, in my body. If you're in a forward fold or an arm balance, start to find your way back upright. Next time you breathe in, standing staff. So left leg straightens, right knee out in front of you, arms to the sky. Option to extend your right leg forward. Only go as far as you can without leaning back. So low abdominals draw in, your belly button draws in and up. Lift through your chest, flex through your right toes. One last inhale. Exhale, set your right foot down and follow your breath down, forward fold. Pause here for just a moment. Kind of pedal out your heels. So feet about hips width distance apart. Move your hips from side to side as you bend one knee and lift the same heel and then the other. So just back and forth, just like you would in down dog. Slow, steady breath. Set both heels on the ground. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Move through your vinyasa however you want to. Move with awareness, move with intention, move with your breath. And then just like you did in your forward fold, take a moment in your down dog, pedal out your heels, walk it out. So feel all the space you've already created in your body, just from a little bit of conscious movement, mindful movement and breathing. Take one last in-breath. Exhale, look forward, empty out first, step or float forward, fold top of your mat. With your inhalation, halfway lift. Exhale, bow, refold. Root through your feet, rise to stand. Inhale, take your arms up, big stretch. Exhale, hands to heart, and we'll take all of that breath to movement. So one breath, one movement with control. Inhale, reach up. Grab your left wrist, exhale, side body stretch, up and over to the right, hips go left. Inhale, come back through center, switch your grip. Exhale takes you to the other side, reach as far as you can and empty out. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, cactus your arms, lift your chest towards your chin, take your throat back. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. So hinge forward, reach back, option to float to your tiptoes. Keep your chest slightly lifted. Inhale, high mountain. So maybe you're on your tiptoes. Exhale, slow dive down. Maybe you keep your heels lifted as you dive. Again, it's helpful if you bend your knees. Heels on the ground, Ardha Uttanasana. Lift halfway and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float back, chaturanga or skip it. We'll meet you in down dog. Inhale to lift your heart. Exhale, lift your hips, take it back. Big inhale, right leg to the sky. Strong through your right leg, active through your right foot. Exhale as soft as you can, step your right foot through, low lunge. Strong legs, inhale, crescent, rise up, reach up, maybe gaze up. Exhale, airplane lunge, so hinge forward, reach back. Inhale, standing staff, root into your right foot, float your left knee up and reach up. Exhale, figure 4, hands to your heart, sit back. Inhale, standing staff. Option to extend your left leg forward. Exhale, left foot down, dive down, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, Chaturanga Dandasana, lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. With intention, left leg to the sky. And slowly, softly exhale, step your left foot through. Root through your feet and slowly rise, crescent lunge. Exhale, airplane lunge, hinge forward, reach back. Inhale, standing staff. Root into your left foot, right knee comes forward and lifts, arms reach up. Exhale, figure four, get low, sit back, weight in your left heel, hands to heart. Inhale, standing staff. Hug in with your inner thighs as you extend your right leg forward. Exhale, right foot down. Follow your breath down. Inhale, lift up halfway and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, vinyasa. Take it however you want to. We'll meet you back in down dog. Once you're in down dog, big huge inhale, fill up. And then big exhale, side out your mouth. Again, just like that. Inhale, fill up. This time, see if you can lift your waistline up, come up onto your tippy toes. And big exhale, side out. Press your heels back, lengthen your spine more. Inhale, lift through your waistline, lift to your tiptoes, bend your knees. Exhale, gaze forward, maybe hop to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow, fold in. Root through your feet, rise to stand. Inhale, take your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Once more, just like that. We'll have just a couple changes, so listen carefully. Inhale, reach. Grab your left wrist. Exhale, side body stretch to the right. Hips move to the left. Empty out completely. Inhale, come through center. Switch your grip. And with intention, exhale, other side. Use your left oblique, so feel the strength through your left side body. Inhale, center. Exhale, back bend, cactus your arms. Lift your chest towards your chin, take your throat back. Low abdominal, stay strong. Inhale, reach. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. Option to float to your tiptoes. Little baby cobra in your heart. Inhale, high mountain. Stay on your tiptoes if you want. And exhale, slow swan dive down. Heels on the ground, breathe in and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, take your vinyasa or skip it. We'll see you back in down dog. Inhale, heart opens. Exhale, hips lift. You know it, make it a moving meditation. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Maybe try closing your eyes a little bit. Exhale, step through, low lunge. Strong legs, inhale, rise up, crescent. Now listen here, exhale, your choice, airplane lunge or full airplane. So option to float your back leg up and fly. Stay balanced, inhale, standing staff. So if you took that balance posture, try not to set your left foot down. Exhale, figure four, sit low. Keep your heart lifted. Inhale, back to standing staff. Squeeze in with your inner thighs. Maybe extend your left leg forward. Exhale, left foot down. Dive down, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, vinyasa, or straight back to down dog. Inhale to grow into your back bend. And exhale, take it back. Great, big, huge inhalation, left leg high. Exhale, left foot to the top of your mat, softly. Strong legs, inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Exhale, your choice, airplane lunge or full airplane, Degasana, fly. So back leg floats, stay balanced. Inhale, standing staff, right knee lifts, arms to the sky. Exhale, figure four, weight in your left heel, sit low. Inhale, re-extend your right leg and reach up. Exhale, right foot down, dive down, forward fold. Now listen here, pause in your forward fold. Bring your palms face up underneath your feet. Feet about hips width distance apart if they're not there already. Bend your knees as much as you need to so that you can get the tips of your toes all the way to the creases of your wrists. And then see if you can start to lift your sit bones up as you press your toes down and reach the crown of your head closer to the ground. Think of moving your inner thighs back, wide, and apart so your sit bones broaden and your low back lengthens. Every time you exhale, that's your invitation to dive a little bit deeper, to fold a little bit further. So see if you can draw your belly button in and up, lift your sit bones higher, and then fold. Take one last big, huge breath. Next time you breathe in, halfway lift, release your hands. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back to plank. Pause right here, Vashisthasana, side plank, right hand is your foundation. So roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot, left arm to the sky. If you want to modify your right knee, can always come down. Take just about 2 or 3 deep breaths, find your fullest expression. So if your bottom knee is lifted, lift your hips really, really high. Maybe reach your left arm forward or float your left leg up. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly with control, transition to the other side. So come through plank, and then left hand is your base. Left knee to the ground if you want to modify. Otherwise, baby toe edge of your left foot is karate chopping the ground. Lift your hips really high. Find your fullest expression. Might be the same as the other side, might be a little bit different. No judgment, just observation. Take one last round. Come back to plank or modified plank. Both knees lifted or both knees down. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale to slowly lower. Inhale, lift your heart. Roll your shoulders back and down. Exhale, take it back to child's pose, embryo pose, or any resting pose of your choice. Take a moment to just notice how you feel. To notice your breath, that prana, that life force energy moving through you, flowing through you. If it would feel good, maybe a couple big exhales out your mouth. So in your next 2 or 3 breaths, start to find your way back to downward facing dog. From your dog pose, inhale your right leg to the sky. And then this time, open up your right hip. So bend your right knee, squeeze your outer right glute, and think of reaching your right heel towards your left butt cheek. Try not to lean to your left, so keep both hands evenly and equally rooted. Take one more big inhale, lift your right knee higher. Exhale, right knee, left elbow as close as you can come. Inhale, 3-legged dog, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Keep your hips level with your shoulders and lift through your belly button. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to your nose, so scoop out your belly and then softly step your right foot to the top of your yoga mat. When you're ready, rise up to your crescent lunge. Arms reach up. So take a moment and find stability in your legs here. And then once you've kind of found your balance, you found your strength, bring your hands to your hips. Take a big inhale and think of lifting through your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine, so think of pressing your elbows back. Keep that, and as you exhale, hinge forward. Think of straightening your right leg and lifting your right sit bone up as you press the top of your right thigh back. Inhale, come back to your lunge position, so bend your front knee, lift your heart, squeeze your shoulder blades. Exhale, straighten your front leg as you bring your spine parallel to the ground. Keep a little micro bend in your knee and lift your right sit bone up, up, up. Again, inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. This time, hold here. Right leg as straight as it will go. Squeeze through your inner thighs, high on the ball of your back foot. You can choose to keep your hands at your hips or reach your arms straight forward. If you want a modification, cactus arms is perfect. Take one more full round wherever you're at. And then keep your spine in the same position, but bend into your front knee. Float your back foot off your mat for warrior 3. You can take any variation with your arms that you would like. The most intense will be arms reaching straight forward. Think of pressing your arms up and your chest down. Keep your back legs strong, your hips square. Take one more full round. See if you can stay balanced on your right foot, standing staff pose. So left knee lifts, arms to the sky. Outer left ankle, top of your right thigh, figure 4. Sit back, one-legged chair pose. All right, this time, reach your arms straight forward out in front of you like you're driving a car and you're holding onto the steering wheel. Keep that, hinge at your hips, reach your sit bones back, and then bring your spine parallel to the earth. Now, see if you can keep your spine long and start to straighten your right leg and press your left knee back towards the back of your mat. Reach your arms up or press your arms up, press your chest down. One more full breath. Bring your fingertips to the ground or hands to a block. Forward fold with a hip opener. Let your head relax, maybe sway your hips a little side to side or your head, yes and no. Try to lift your right sit bone as high as you can and press back through the top of your right thigh. Take about 2 more rounds. From the press of your right foot, reverse swan dive to stand. Take an inhale, stretch your arms to the sky and extend your left leg forward. Exhale, set your left foot down next to right. Bring your arms down, shake it out. Find mountain pose with your arms by your sides or your hands at your heart. Close your eyes. Find your breath. Touch back on your intention. Think of embodying it as you stand. Think of filling your body up with it. Next time you inhale, take a huge inhalation. Breathe in your intention. And exhale, let it go. Send it out. Ujjayi breath, flow. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, slow swan dive down. So lead with your heart, lengthen your spine, then fold in. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, move through vinyasa or skip it and we'll meet you back in down dog. All right, inhale, left leg back and up. Try not to lean to the right. Try not to sink into your right shoulder. Open up your left hip. Squeeze your outer left butt cheek. Stack left hip on top of right. Active through your left foot. Take one more inhale. Exhale, left knee, right elbow as close as you can come. Inhale, 3-legged dog, back up. Exhale, left to left, as high as you can get on your left arm. Inhale, 3-legged dog, back up, lengthen. Exhale, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly. Very softly, left foot steps through, rise to crescent. So take a moment, settle in, find stability. And then when you're ready, hands come down to your hips. Think again of squeezing shoulder blades towards your spine, pressing your elbows back towards the back of your mat. So your chest starts to come forward, but your low abdominals stay strong. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, hinge at your hips, lead with your heart, straighten your left leg as much as you can, and lift, lift, lift through your left sit bone. Inhale, come back to your lunge position, chest lifted. Exhale, straighten your front leg, hinge at your hips, spine as close to parallel with the ground as you can get it. Squeeze your inner thighs one more time. Inhale, bend. And exhale, straighten. All right, hold here. So get your spine parallel to the earth if you can. If not, just have that intention. Create that action. Squeeze shoulder blades towards your spine so your chest is still leading. It's closest to the ground in your upper body. Then you choose what you want to do with your arms. One or both arms can reach forward. Cactus your arms. Maybe you reach your arms back just like airplane. Take one last round. Get your front leg as straight as you can without locking it out. And then end of your exhale, bend your front knee. Warrior 3, your variation. So whatever you want to do with your arms, keep your hips square, keep your back leg strong and powerful. Press with your back foot. Breathe. Core strong, back muscles working. Try to stay balanced on your left foot next time you inhale, standing staff. So rise up, reach up, lift your right knee. Exhale, figure four, sit back. If you fall out, no big deal. I fall out all the time. So butt reaches back, reach your arms forward. And then start to hinge at your hips, keep reaching your butt back. Get your chest closest to the ground. So you're pressing your arms up towards the ceiling and pressing your chest down. You can stay here with a bend in your left knee or start to straighten your left leg and press your right knee towards the back of your mat. Keep your right foot flexed. One more big inhale. Lengthen everything. Exhale, release, fingertips to the ground. Forward fold with a hip opener. You can kind of move your hips from side to side. Shake your head, yes or no. Try to get your left leg as straight as you can and lift your left sit bone towards the ceiling. Flex your right toes, about 2 more breaths. All right, end of your next exhale. Press into your left foot, lead with your heart. Rise all the way back up. Inhale, reach up and kick your right leg forward. Standing staff. Exhale, release. Nice little shake out. Arms down by your sides or hands at your heart. Feel your body, find your breath. Come back to your intention. Stand with awareness. Big, huge inhale. Fill up as big as you can. Stand even taller. Hold. Exhale, side out. Let it go. Inhale, high mountain. Ujjayi breath. Exhale, slow dive. With your inhalation, lift halfway, find length in your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float back, move through your vinyasa. All right, inhale your right leg high. Exhale, pigeon pose. Right shin comes forward, set your body down gently. Pull your right hip back and your left hip forward so your hips are square, low abdominals are toned. You can work upright for as long as you would like. When you're ready, bow forward. If you want to take this on your back instead, please feel free to do so. About 5 to 7 slow, steady, deep breaths. Take 2 more rounds. You can exhale out your mouth if you want to. Slowly begin to lift your upper body. Find your way back to your 3-legged dog. So plant your hands, tuck your back toes, right leg to the sky, get a nice little shake out. If you want to flip your dog as a counter pose, go for it. If you want to move through a vinyasa or just any movement that's calling to you, take it. Eventually, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths or so there. And then just in your own time, find pigeon pose with your left shin forward and settle in. No rush. Get there with intention, with awareness. Set up your alignment, find your form, your structure to support your stretch. And then just settle into it. Bow forward when you're ready. Slow, steady, deep breaths. Take about 3 more rounds, and even as you bow forward, think of dragging your left hip towards the back of your mat, and if you want to go deeper, scoot your back knee back a little further. Take your last couple exhales out your mouth if you would like. And then I will leave it up to you when you feel pretty even on both sides. Ease your way back up and eventually back to 3-legged dog and eventually one final downward facing dog. Take any movement on this side that you want to. So in your final down dog, just take a couple breaths, feel into your dog, stretch into it, maybe work into it just a little bit deeper, whatever that means for you, whatever that looks like or feels like for you. Everybody take one last inhale, and then exhale, set your knees down gently, find a child's pose for just 1 or 2 rounds. Breathe into your back body. Breathe big into your back body. And then no rush, but when you feel complete with your child's pose, find your way down onto your back, however you want to get there. And once you're on your back, hug your knees in. Gently rock from side to side. Let both of your knees fall heavy over to the right. Reach your left arm out to the left. Gaze over your left shoulder. Breathe all the way down into your belly. And then in your next couple rounds, switch to the other side. I would recommend as you come through center, take a moment to neutralize. So either a little rock side to side or squeeze your knees towards your chest, lift your head up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then legs over to the left, right arm reaches out to the right, gaze up or over your right shoulder and breathe into your belly. Slow, steady Ujjayi breath. And I'm just going to leave it up to you when you feel pretty even on both sides. Come back to center and give yourself about 10 breaths to complete your own practice for you. So maybe a happy baby, maybe one last heart opener, bridge pose or fish pose, maybe an inversion of some sort. So just take your time to finish off your practice. Eventually begin settling in to your final relaxation. And as you transition, I have a reading for you today. This is by one of my most favorite writers, Jeff Foster, of course. He says, "Sweet child, do not fear the darkness you see in the world or the darkness you find within yourself. Darkness is only a longing for light, a region of the psyche hungry for love, begging for love, yearning for love. Darkness needs you, you see, needs your courage and your light, needs your warmth. It is powerless without you, child, and when you fight it, you feed it, and when you fear it, you feed it. But when you illuminate it, when you face it and drench it with understanding, it cannot be darkness anymore. Do not run from darkness and seek the light. Simply be the light that you are, and the darkness will seek its own end, as surely as dawn follows night. So give yourself these last few moments to just simply relax and be that vast, wide open space that holds everything, darkness and light, comfort and discomfort, boredom and bliss. And I will leave you here, rest for as long as you want. Shavasana.